Island Girl, and I'm back with another one for you today. And today I'm checking out UK gun laws explained. So we're going to get right into this. As you all know, in the US, when it come on to them pow thing, them people don't play. Nobody walk around like it's nobody's business. Not a lot of background search is done in order to get one. It is crazy here when it comes on to the gun law, and everybody tell themselves that they have to have one or they need to. It's a necessity. Well, let's see what this is all about. So if you're new to my channel, it's the first time here, come on in. Rock back, put a fat. But you know what? To my regular schmegler, day one, sweetie poos. Let's get into this video. Here we go. Now.
Welcome to Adam Explains, where I break down tough topics and give you the facts. Before we begin, if I could take this time to request that you like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Guns are heavily restricted in the UK, but contrary to what many people believe, including many Brits, owning a firearm is not illegal.
Okay.
On average, Britain has 6.5 guns per 100 people, compared to the USA, which has 101 guns per 100 people, according to the Small Arms Survey. Unlike the Americans with the Second Amendment, gun ownership in the UK is a privilege, not a right. Whether or not this is the right approach is not up for debate in this video, but feel free to discuss it at length in the comments section. Firearms control in the UK is among the toughest in the world, and firearms offences continue to make up less than 0.2% of recorded crime. As you would expect, with such low gun ownership, gun-related deaths are incredibly rare. According to the Geneva Declaration of Armed Violence and Development, it stands at 1 death per million people per year.
What?
The UK population is around about 56 million people, and that only adds up to around 50 to 60 gun homicides annually.
Hold up. Let that sink in right there. 50 to 60 gun homicides annually. When you stop to think about that, people, listen to me now. Just listen. When you stop to think about that, compare that to the US, that's about pretty much you get about maybe 3 or 4 states combined in a weekend, you know. So that right there, to me, that is pretty amazing. Not saying it should happen any at all, but that is pretty amazing compared to how much people, the population. Because I know it's more than 56 million. So that's, to me right there, is amazing. Let's continue. Like, wow.
Homicides annually.
Here we go.
The rules around gun ownership can vary depending on where you are in the UK, particularly in Northern Ireland, where due to the Good Friday Agreement, the laws are much less restrictive and over 5% of the population own a firearm, though these gun owners are not permitted to transport their weapons to mainland Britain.
Oh, wow.
So who, in general, can obtain a firearm?
Okay.
To possess or purchase a firearm, an individual in the UK must be assessed as not posing a threat to public safety by the police, who act as the licensing authority. In addition, the individual must have a good reason to own a firearm and be able to demonstrate to the licensing authority that they require their firearm for work, sport or leisure on a regular legitimate basis, such as being a member of a target shooting club. The reason the police are the licensing authority is because they possess local information that helps inform their judgment, and discretion over what constitutes a good reason is often left up to chief officers.
I like that. I'm not gonna lie, I really like that, because guess what? To me, just listening to this, it sounds as if the police have more of a ones-on-ones. They know the people in the community, you know, so it's up to them to decide whether or not the license is given, and it makes sense. And then, as you can see, it's telling you that the license could be for leisure, for work, and then you have to be a part of a club. So that makes more sense, because at the end of the day, in my eyes, gun is not a necessity. That's how I see it. But let's continue.
To own a firearm in the UK, a person must undergo a strict vetting procedure, which includes interviews, visits to the person's property, criminal record checks, and references from friends.
What?
In addition, the applicant's GP may be contacted.
Hold on. I know I just paused. Did they just say references as well from friends? So they have, listen man, you guys ain't playing here. There's no in-depth background search like that. Like as I said before, yeah, it's easy as 1-2 to get a firearm here. No question asked. Not only that, you don't need to come. Don't need to tell them say, oh, I need it for leisure. Any and everybody can have one, and you don't need to conceal it either. But look here, wow.
The firearm license is issued and paid for, the licensed individual must store their gun securely to avoid access by any unlicensed person. What firearms may be licensed in the UK? Unless declared specially dangerous by the Firearms Dangerous Air Weapons Rules of 1969, low-powered air weapons are generally not licensed in England and Wales. That means that if you purchase one of these, you do not require a licence in order to possess it. It is often said that handguns are outright banned, which is not strictly true. An individual may own long-barrelled revolvers and long-barrelled pistols, which are defined with a barrel of at least 30 centimetres in length and that the firearm is at least 60 centimetres long. Long-barrelled single-shot firearms of any calibre and semi-automatic pistols of 22 rimfire calibre are permitted with a firearm certificate. Those that do not meet these criteria would be considered a pistol in UK law and are effectively banned, with the exception of muzzle-loading pistols, including muzzle-loading revolvers, which are permitted as long as they meet the criteria set forth in the regulations. All of the pistols are prohibited in Great Britain. Shotguns are legal on a shotgun certificate as long as they can't hold more than 3 shotgun shells, including the one in the chamber, if it's a pump action or semi-automatic shotgun. However, shotguns with a detachable magazine or larger fixed magazine are still permitted, but you'll have to obtain a Section 1 firearm certificate. Rifles are also permitted. These are defined by UK law as a rifled firearm with a barrel longer than 30 centimetres or 12 inches, and a total length of the rifle must be longer than 60 centimetres or 24 inches, and it must also not fall under the classification of a long barrel revolver or pistol. Rifles are permitted in any caliber size as long as it doesn't meet the definition of self-loading or pump action. Semi-automatic or pump action rifles are only permitted at a 22 rimfire caliber. What might surprise you is that under UK law, it is legal for you to own the following weaponry, with the correct licensing of course. The M&P 1522, which is based on the AR-15, H&K 416, semi-automatic 22 rimfire caliber MP5, Ruger 1022, Beretta ARX 160, and you can even own an Uzi as long as it's a 22 rimfire caliber. So next time someone says that the UK banned guns, we didn't, but we do strongly restrict and control who can own firearms and what firearms can be owned. And generally speaking, culturally, we don't have the same affinity or interest in firearms as our American cousins. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'll leave up to you. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on the UK's approach to gun laws. I'd love to hear it. Does it shock you? Does it concern you? Let me know. Thanks very much.
Well, I would not say it concerns me. It doesn't. I am for the strictness that you guys have, to be honest with you. Because like I said, to me, guns are not a necessity, man. That's my opinion. Don't come for me, people. My opinion. Yeah, like I was saying, like here it's a total different situation. Not only that, you don't really find people here locking up their guns. They don't do it. I don't see them locking it up and keeping it out of the reach of, and those are the things that I look at. Kids have access to them just like that. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you need to teach your kids or whatever. Let kids be kids. Kids don't need to know all of that. I don't think it's necessary for kids. And then you hear people complain, say, oh, well, there are a lot of knife incidents in the UK. Okay, but it's still not as much as what is here in the US. So either way, when you compare both of them, whether the knife or gun, US still outdone the UK. So I like that you guys have to be vetted and check to the max before. And I think they should implement something like that here and stop talking about yeah. Let's leave it at that. It's the island girl and I'm running out of here. I like your guys' system. And yeah, I'm gonna hear people talking about, oh, they take away your right, or you know what, they don't want it to have it because they want to control. Yee people. Come on. Come on. Is it really necessary? Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in another video.